everyone. Today we are live and we are going to discuss the chapter development from your economics. Today is 23rd June and this is the death anniversary of Rajiv Gandhi. Rajiv Gandhi was the youngest Prime Minister of India. And after this, I have given you the question also in the last class, and that was who has developed Dhruvs? The answer is DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization. DRDO has developed Dhruvs to sanitize the currency and all. Fine. Before starting today's topics, I would like to recapitulate whatever we have done in the last class. In the last class, we have discussed about the growth and development, in which we have seen growth is a quantitative value, whereas development is a qualitative as well as quantitative. And we have also observed that growth is a narrow concept, whereas development is a wider concept. After this, we have focused on the different aspects of development. That is, first one was different people have different development goals, in which I have given you the example of a girl or a boy. Those were located in the same condition, but then also their development goals can be different. And for you and for me, that is also, I have given an example. For me, development goals can be different. For you, development goal can be different. In the second, we have seen that for the development, the development for one may not be for others. In which I have given the example of dam construction. In the third, we have also focused on that people for development, people look for the mixed goal. For suppose any person wants to do any job and he wants to earn, it doesn't mean that he will only focus on the income only. In fact, he has to focuses on the other aspects like security, other facilities, job security and working environment. So in such kind of points we have discussed in our last class, and today we are going to start with the national development. So national development, it means different people have different notions for development. It means for people, in this people will look for people, for example, if industrialist, you will ask to an industrialist that what is a development for him. So he definitely will say that government should provide a better facility to them, and industrialization should take place, and cheap labor should be available, bank facilities also will be there, such kind of things. And if you will ask to a person who is living in a rural area like farmer, then definitely his answer will be that the government should provide, a nation can be developed when the government provide them proper equipments for irrigation, proper equipments for the cultivation his land, or the proper equipments for the irrigation. So here different people have different notions. They are not focusing on one topic that this only will be there, तभी हमारे country का development होगा in such way. Then next is national income. National income is given by the Dadabhai Naoroji, and he is considered as the father of national income. National income is total production and services in a financial year. That is called national income. Financial year is also known as fiscal year, and this is also known as budget year. And do you know what is the fiscal year, or we can say financial year of India? The financial year of India is 1st April to 31st March. But there are some changes has done, in which Madhya Pradesh has its financial year from 1st January to 31st December. Fine. This is exception. After this, नेशनल इनकम में टोटल प्रोडक्शन और जो कंट्री में टोटल प्रोडक्शन हुआ है, एंड फाइनेंशियल जो सर्विस, जितने भी जो सर्विसेज हैं उसको मिला करके फाइनेंशियल ईयर बनता है, और ये पूरे ईयर का कैलकुलेट होता है. इसी के बेसिस पे हम कंट्रीज को कंपेयर भी कर सकते हैं. सो नेक्स्ट इज हाउ टू कंपेयर डिफरेंट कंट्रीज और स्टेट्स. डिफरेंट कंट्रीज और स्टेट्स को कैलकुलेट करने के लिए वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन एवरेज इनकम. नाउ व्हाट इज एवरेज इनकम? Average income is a total income of a country divided by its people. That is called average income. Average income. Average income means this. I want to explain with an example. Suppose there are 5 members in your family, and each from them, one is earning suppose 100 rupees, another one is earning 200 rupees, and third one is earning 200 rupees. Fine. So total income of your family would be, that is 500. And there are how many members? Members are 5. So total number of population, then you will divide, you will get 100. It means 100 is what? PCI, per capita income of your family. And this will not take this is not for the every month, this will be calculated for a year. So average income, how we can calculate the average income? That would be total income of a country divided by total population of a country. So total income of a country and total population of upon divided by total population of a country is known as the average income, and this is also known as the PCI, that is per capita income. Fine, children. So this will be taken the criteria by the World Bank, and World Bank is using this as a criteria for comparing different countries. This is why, because PCI, it means money is the attribute that can be World Bank is using this money or income for the criteria for comparing the different countries, because money is the thing which is available in every country. So this is a common factor on which the World Bank can compare, because when we are talking about the comparison, there should be a proper or we can say a common feature, then only we can compare any two countries. So any country, so this PCI, it means per capita income, money, that is the attribute which is common in every country. Fine children, so how to compare different countries? If in this, the World Bank has divided the countries among the high, medium or low income. So high medium country is known as the rich countries. Rich countries or low income countries. Low income countries. If we will talk about rich countries, so rich countries will have 12,375 US dollar, and low income countries, the countries that have their PCI is 1026 US dollar, that is known as the low income countries. So why now here you must be getting confused that why you have used this symbol of dollar when we are using money in rupees. So the answer is because this dollar is considered as the international currency first, and second is that Indian currency this dollar is a hard currency and rupees is the soft currency. Now hard, it doesn't mean that it is much powerful or made by the any proper metal, any hard metal or so. In fact, this means that the US country has much stability than India. Their political scenario, their social scenario, they are much stable. So that's why their currency is, and their economic scenario also, that is much stable than us. वहाँ पे ऐसे स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस में इतने चेंजेस नहीं आते जितने हमारे वहाँ आते हैं, तो इसीलिए वहाँ की करेंसी क्या है, हार्ड करेंसी है, और हमारी करेंसी सॉफ्ट करेंसी है, बिकॉज हमारे वहाँ पे पॉलिटिकल, इकोनॉमिकल एंड सोशल अनस्टेबिलिटी है, और हमारे वहाँ पे जो स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस हैं वो कितनी जल्दी फ्लक्चुएट करते हैं. सो इसीलिए हमारी करेंसी क्या है, सॉफ्ट करेंसी है. तो इसीलिए आपकी जो स्टेबिलिटी जहाँ पे ज़्यादा है, तो दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड it will be much reliable. So that's why we are using the World Bank using dollar for the comparing the countries. Fine children. After this, income and other criteria. As we have seen, income, apart from this income, there are some other criteria also important for comparing the countries. For example, the public facilities which is provided by the government, and that will also comes under this other criteria. So income and other criteria, in this what it will be there, for suppose here I am giving the example, Maharashtra, Kerala and Bihar. Now may I know among these three which one is developed or according to you more flourish? Yes, Maharashtra. Its PCI is better than Kerala, and Bihar will be considered as the poorest one because the PCI of Bihar is much lower. Income and other criteria, in this we have included that the facilities which is provided by the government, the state government, that is state government in which, so this can be included in the for the comparing the countries. Income and other criteria, in which this will become like IMR, infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate means the number of children that dies before 1 year. Before 1 year, as a proportion of 1,000 birth in the particular year. That is called IMR, infant mortality rate. Fine. Next is literacy rate. Literacy rate, in short, before 1 year. The number of babies that dies before 1 year. In this literacy rate, the people 7 and above, if they the age group of 7 and above people are known as literate. If they know how to read and write, then they will consider as they will include in the literacy rate. And third is net attendance ratio. Net attendance ratio. In the net attendance ratio, the total number of children of age group 14 and 15 years attending school of a percentage of the same age group, total population that has the same age group. It means 14 and 15 attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. So this was all about the lecture, and today this is enough for today, and hope this chapter will be fruitful for you. And now it's the time for facts. The per capita income is, this concept has given by the Dadabhai Naroji, and the question is, today's question is, which you have to do, that is, which organization is calculating the GDP of a country. Thank you. Stay study.